Hello everyone, we are here, we are live, we are ready to go, and when I say go, I do mean go. I'm gonna punch this thing right now. Let's see, SAS on, throttle is up, and then I'll explain what we're doing on the way up. I'm a little crooked on the runway, so let's straighten that out a little bit. Alright, so this is my SSTO, the only one I got in this series so far. Just get it off the runway here, bring up those landing gear, and we got to go towards the south at about a 6-degree heading, so I'm going to go to a heading about 97 degrees. Sorry, it's a little too far. Let me come back this way again because we are going into an inclined orbit because these folks, Michael A., Bill Kerman, Legee, and my newest Kerbal, Hector Kerman, are on their way to Minmus. Well, this thing's not going to Minmus. This is the first leg of our journey to Minmus. Hector, and by the way, if you're wondering with some of these names, other than Bill, of course, is they are named after my patrons and YouTube members. And while I'm on that particular topic, I do want to welcome aboard my newest YouTube member, or no, it's not it's Patreon patron, Adam Waller. Thank you very much, Adam, for helping to support this channel. And I'm trying to fly and thank my patrons at the same time. That's not necessarily a great combination. So, probably, I gotta watch my speed too. I want to make sure I'm building up my speed here. Why is that on that? There we go. Okay. Okay. The plan of explaining everything that I'm doing and flying at the same time might not have been the best idea, but I should get back to how the stream last week ended in a sort of Kraken-y nightmare with things going wrong and vessels and Kerbals trying to shake themselves apart. I got pitched down a little bit more, keep building up that speed. And I want to let people know that what I did is I did revert that game and started trying again. I went and did the whole landing again. I played around with, I was getting bugs again. In fact, a couple of times the lander glitched into the ground and then exploded. That's always an interesting look. And but I was playing around and quick saving a lot. Definitely the problems start with the repairs on the rover that I was doing, but what combination of events actually precipitated all the wackiness that we saw at the end of last week, I don't know, or at the end of last week's stream. But I will let people know that eventually I hit upon a magic combination that things weren't going wrong anymore. I was able to repair the rover, plant flags, hop to different biomes, collect science without anything going wrong. I wish I knew exactly what was causing the problem and what I did to fix it. I don't really know, but suffice to say I did pull that mission off glitch free and got out of it what I wanted, including planting a couple of flags. And then I went back and started hopping around some more of the landers that I have on Minmus, hopped to a couple of new biomes with different landers that we didn't see last week. I took that rover and I drove it to the slopes where it was going to collect some science, so that was very good because you might recall last week I had a little bit of trouble trying to land a lander in the slopes, so the rover is now in the slopes collecting all kinds of science. And I even took that lander and put two more different Kerbals that were on Minmus Station, Valentina, and I'm sorry I forgot who the scientist was, that went down. And they landed in 2 new biomes and collected even more science. So there is a ton of science being collected that have been collected and is in the process of being transmitted. My science numbers, I got 337 science here, or 338 if I round. So science, my science situation is improving. And that's kind of what this is. I really want to improve the science and start unlocking nodes, try and kind of bleed most of the rest of science out of Minmus, and then put my energy towards the moon. And I'm just watching my speed. It's really starting to build up now, which is exactly what I want to see. Should also take a look at my orbital parameters, particularly the inclination. 5.6 degrees, I want it to be 6. So this is on its way to the Minmus Gateway Station, which I built 2 streams ago. Let's pitch down even further, really build up speed. The Minmus Gateway Station, it is in a low orbit about Kerbin, but in the same plane as Minmus's orbit, and there is a vessel docked with that gateway station, so we're going to bring these folks up. I'm going to dock there, transfer them over to the other vessel that's meant to go over to Minmus. Sorry, I'm watching my speed as well. I really got to sort of... not too good at this different kind of concentration. I'm getting close to the point where I'm going to be switching over to the rocket motors. In fact, I might want to put my energy towards that, and then I'll explain what's going on with the contracts over here. So we're up to, let's level off a little bit more. I want to squeeze as much speed as I can out of these Whiplash jet engines, and then we're going to switch over to the toroidal rocket engines. That's on an action group number 1. And let's lower a little more speed out of those Whiplashes. Come on. Don't want to actually start going down, but I definitely want to get as much speed, almost at 1200 meters per second. The more speed you can get out of those Whiplashes, the better, and I think, though, I'm at the end of that. So we're punching that, pitching up a bit, switching this, yeah. Still full throttle. Want to start pushing ahead that apoapsis. I'm only 14 seconds from my apoapsis. There we go. That's working. Get that apoapsis up a bit. And then we can decrease our throttle and cruise our way up, hopefully cruise our way up to low orbit. 5.8 degrees on our inclination. I'm happy with that. And I think this is going okay. Maybe a little bit more. I don't want to be a little pitching up a little bit more. I'm a little low in the atmosphere, only at 23 kilometers, so I don't want to... come on. Hold that. It wants to keep going on prograde. And reduce throttle a little bit. Keep that apoapsis about 50 seconds or so ahead of us. Alright, so let's take a look at the contracts. One of the contracts right here is to crew a base or station. I just got to get up to the Minmus Gateway Station and get at least 1 crew aboard it. So that is a slam dunk contract. We should be able to do that as soon as this vessel gets to its destination. Okay, start to slowly pitch down. Okay, don't want that apoapsis to get away. I'm just reducing throttle here. Putting a little bit more energy into raising that periapsis too. Still would like to have been a little higher in the atmosphere. Hopefully this didn't go wrong, my whole talking and doing this at the same time. So anyway, that's the crew, the base or station. I also have a couple of Minmus basey sort of contracts here. One is to land on Minmus with an extended stay, and this is to take a new vessel. I'm not sure if it will be a new vessel, and if it's not, I might just, if it doesn't, because I got a lander that's already there, and if it doesn't like the fact that I'm going to use that old lander, I don't really care. I might just, but as long as I land on Minmus and plant a flag, and don't forget to take a picture, and I got to land near Site Alpha. Reduce throttle a bit more. Let's lock this on prograde. And then hopefully I don't have to think as much anymore. Land near Site Alpha, and that's about... Oh, and then there's a Site Beta and a Site Charlie. I have no idea where Site Beta and Site Charlie are. They haven't shown them yet on the map. I got me a feeling that they're far away from Site Alpha. And then I got another... So basically this is just land and then return home. This is just land in 3 different places. So we can do that. We got a lander already in orbit. And then the last one here is to do a base... which is to land at a specific waypoint. Unfortunately, that waypoint is nowhere near these waypoints. And I have to create a base, and it has to be able to generate power and have support at least 4 Kerbals. So I've not built anything like that. So I'll have to see about building something like that. Unfortunately, the waypoint for this is in what I'm now referring to as the Valley of the Kraken. The same valley that that rover was in. The same valley where we had all our issues last week. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just end up putting a base down there that's got something that can hold 4 Kerbals, putting it down on the surface, calling it a day, and coming back. So, but anyway, this is our first one here. All right, let's see what we got here. I'm watching my Apoapsis. I am out of fuel. How on earth did that happen? Oh, dear. Okay, then. Okay, this thing has flown up before and had no issues. But clearly, walking and talking with me is a problem. Flying and talking with me is a problem. Shoot! Oh, I'm a little bit upset. More than just a little bit upset. We're not even going to get out of the atmosphere. How did that happen? Now, one thing I did do is I put in, if I look at the inventory, I don't know if it was my flying or what I just did to the but I put in 3 struts in the inventory because I want to strut up that station, and I also put in this inventory 4 new repair kits to take up to Minmus Station. Shoot! And I don't know if that little bit of extra mass could have made that much of a difference. I don't think so, because I've flown this thing to orbit with 4 tourists, like 6 Kerbals. I only have 4 Kerbals. I think my flying just sucks. Okay, well, we're out of fuel. Thankfully, this thing should be able to have no trouble with gliding. Wow. I think I can't talk and fly at the same time, I think is really what my problem is. This ended up closing. This ended up closing. That ended up closing. I am completely out of liquid fuel, so I don't have jet engines. Wow! I'm not sure what happened there. I am not sure what happened there. Okay, I'm time warping at 4 times contract speed here. Let's get rid of the contract windows because we're not going to be doing that. But as I was talking about all that stuff, I just simply wasn't paying attention to what was going on, and we ran out of fuel. Wow! Okay. Oh, shoot. Okay, let's undo that. Of course, we're close to orbital velocities here, so I should treat this like a re-entry. Down on surface. No, my throttle's still on. Wow. Maybe there's still some bugs that are working out of this thing. I don't know. Building a space with 4 different engines on it, I find a little bit awkward. I can't wait to get those Rapier engines. That makes life a lot easier, but... Oh, so disappointed. Well, we'll get this down. Hopefully we can make the water somewhere. I'm not sure where we're going to be coming down. I don't think we are. I think we're over a continent. Whoa. How about paying attention to what you're doing here? So we're going to have to try and go for, shoot, a crude, like a landing. And depending upon the terrain, that might get a little sketchy. I don't know. We'll see what kind of terrain we got. I could always bail everybody. There is that option. But I'd rather not lose the space plane. So, sorry about that. I thought everything was going fine, but obviously I messed up somewhere. I just see a comment in the chat. I just got here. What did I miss? Well, you missed a failed attempt to reach orbit. My failed attempt to reach orbit and talk about what was going on in this episode at the same time. Maybe I just need to practice more with this thing and get it to the point where it's routine. Alright, let's see. Fortunately, it's going to be nighttime for the landing, too. Let's do a save in case this really goes wrong, because I don't... Oh, I do see some water this way, but I don't think we're going to make it. Let's see if we can reduce drag here a little bit, see if we can steer it over that way. It'd be lovely if I can make the water. Water makes a nice, easy landing. Suggest writing a KOS script for the ascent. That is not a bad idea, John. I'm not 100% sure. I got a feeling it's... Well, it might not be that individual. And then that way, because that's the lovely thing I have about my rocket launches, is I have the KOS script, and I can start the KOS script, and then I can... The KOS script does a pretty good job. It's well tested. And then I can just talk. But clearly... I messed up here. What do you think? Am I going to make the water over here? Got a little bit of a pond right below me. Maybe it might be better to go for that. Maybe over this way. I don't think I'm making this water. I just trust landing in the water much more than putting it down in the terrain. And I think the terrain here looks not entirely friendly. And also it's nighttime. Okay. Oh, someone pointed out in the chat I was still locked to prograde there for a little while, but I got it now. Okay, let's see. Need to sort of keep up the speed here. I'm going for this little lake. That's what we're going for. Alright, you know what I might just do? Just because, like, we're already 17 minutes into this stream just to watch a failed orbital attempt, is I do have a small little 6-crewed space plane that's on a booster rather than an SSTO like this. That is way more dependable. Maybe on the second attempt I'll just pile these folks into that, rather than spend another 20 minutes only with the potential of not making orbit. Okay, let's add a bit of time warp to this. I just got to remember to take it off again. Okay, I got to keep my speed up. I'm just noticing my speed's just under 200 meters per second. Because if you don't keep your speed up, you're going to be falling out of the sky. I want to make that... I don't have any jet engines. I've completely run out of liquid fuel. There's a little bit of oxidizer left, but of course that's useless. I do have RCS, but that's not going to do much for me. It's not worth it. Okay, let's keep that speed up. Speed up. I think I'm losing speed too quickly. I don't think I'm going to make that lake. I really don't. Speed's about 140 meters per second. I don't think I'm making the lake, and I don't like the looks of the terrain that way, so I'm going to do an abrupt change of mind here. Going this way, and hopefully... I did quick save. If this turns into... I don't want to kill my Kerbals. I'm a wimp. Okay, landing gear down. Abandoning the idea. I don't like how hilly this terrain is. Okay, what do I got? 200 meters. Speed up. I've never landed this anywhere other than the runway or ditching it in the water. I'm not even sure. I think I did. I ditched a glitched version of this in the water once. I remember that. Kraken had some fun with it. Okay, here we go. Come on, get down. It's a pretty decent glider. Whoa! Whoa! Okay. Okay! There we go. That wasn't nearly as dramatic as I was worried it was going to be. Nice. Okay. There we go. All right. Safe and sound on the ground. How far did we make it? So where did we... Oh, I can't... There's the KSC. So, you know, not quite halfway around the planet. That's pretty feeble. Okay, let's recover. We'll try this again. Yeah, off-road landings can be dicey. Yeah, there is a recommendation. Can RCS help? RCS thruster blocks, I got the little small ones on this plane. And they're not very powerful. I don't think they... And also, RCS thruster blocks, once you're in a heavier part of the atmosphere, really don't do much. So I don't think the RCS thruster blocks would have done anything. Okay, I'm going to go into here. We're going to change vehicles, get up there faster, because I'm 20 minutes in and have not accomplished anything yet. So we're going to get a different vehicle that is not, but has been used a lot more. So here, let's get rid of the check thing, and this is the Puff. No, might have been my flying. I don't know. Don't worry about it. Okay, Puff. The Puff 2, I believe, is the vehicle. This is the Puff 2. So it's a space plane. I've used it a bunch of times. So people that have watched this stream a bit know of it. So it's a little same crew, 6-crewed space plane inside a big giant fairing, but on a booster rather than obviously what you are more used to seeing. So let's see, same crew. So Jeb's out. I believe it was Michael A was our pilot. I'm just making sure that none of them have ever been around Minmus. Legee, I believe, was our scientist. And Hector was our other scientist. All heading... Oh, I just replaced Legee with Hector. There we go. And also putting in some supplies here, because that was part of what I was doing. Open this up. Inventory. We put in, I think I had 4 repair kits. And I also had struts. And I'm not sure, I wouldn't think this would be, well, the struts are 50 kilograms each. They're not trivial. Maybe that's what messed up my space plane. I don't know. Space planes are weird. Sometimes the aerodynamic models are strange in KSP. I'm just going to take this. Just looking at it, and I want to rotate it that way. Fly up that way. Okay. So we're going to save, and we're going to launch it right away. Let's go. There you go. You get to see two different ideas as far as space planes go. Oh, yes, and absolutely happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Hopefully this is a good Valentine's Day for you. Okay, Puff 2 is where we're going. We are targeting the Minmus Gateway. We're going to have to go to our next transfer window, which is where we got to go around a few hours. How far are we? 2 hours and 37 minutes. So let's get to that. At least it'll be daytime when we get there. Do a quick save. And I didn't even check staging, but I'm assuming this is all okay. I've used it a fair amount of times. Okay. So time warping away here. Kerbal Engineer is telling me when we're getting to this node. We'll launch a few minutes ahead because it takes a few minutes to get up there. And we're going to be having to launch towards... I always want to verify. I think I'm going to need to launch... No, last time I launched towards the south. Well, maybe I launched in the wrong direction too. That's entirely possible. Okay, let's check how things are going here. So, no, we got to launch towards the north. Okay. So we got to launch towards the north at 6 degrees. So we are going to use a launch script. This makes my life easier. 80-kilometer orbit. And in an inverted orientation, which means that the cockpit will be pointing down when we're... That's why I rotated it in the VAB, because space planes need to go up that way. All right, let's do it. So, completely different idea. Oh, we have a roll right away. Oh, maybe it keeps... I shouldn't have rolled. Okay, that's okay. It seemed to be all right. And now it's rolling again. Okay, so next time don't roll it in the VAB. It rolls it by itself. It knows what way it's supposed to be on the pad, and then it'll do it. That's okay. It didn't hurt anything. Look at the plumes coming off. This is a mainsail engine. And really glorious sounds, too. It actually sounds like a heavy rocket. Nice. It is a fairing. There's no doubt about it. There is a... This is... it's all, of course, to clear the wings. I did at some point build much the same sort of thing with sort of variable geometry would be the term, where I had hinges and the wings would fold up so it was in a nice smaller package, which was really sweet. My issue with that was feels a little bit underpowered. Oh well. My issue with the look at that. I keep getting distracted. It's even prettier at nighttime. That is wonderful. Anyway, the issue I've always had with the robotics in stock, I haven't used them in a long time, so maybe it's been cleared up, but I find you can really get some nonsense happening with those robotic parts, and I've had all kinds of crazy problems with trying to build a variable geometry space plane. So that's why I got a giant fairing. That's the short of it. Okay, so we've just cut thrust a little bit. Trying again to keep that apoapsis fairly close by. And we are getting close to losing our main booster, and then we get into an upper stage here. I should get my contracts back. Taking a second shot at this crew a base or station contract. I believe all three of these contracts are coming from the bases and crews contract pack. Bases and stations, sorry, contract pack. I believe all of these, because the stock, a lot of the stock contracts, I think, leave a little bit to be desired. Okay, about to lose our main booster. And then on to the little... And for whatever reason, it decided it wasn't going to stage. And that looks very much like a stock plume. This engine is the Cheetah engine, which is part of one of the Restock engines. So not getting a nice plume off of that. It looks pretty dull compared to what we've been seeing. There goes our ginormous fairing. All right. Oh, thank you, V, for the kind donation. One hell of a fairing there. Love your channel, by the way. Well, thank you very much. It's well appreciated. Okay, we must be getting close. Velocity is almost up to 2 kilometers a second, so it's a pretty solid indication that we're getting close to being up there. And the one thing is, this is faster too. Space planes are fun and all, and I do get the attraction of building them, but from a purely practical, let's play the game and let's get things done, honestly, rockets, I think, are always the way to go. Money's, like, how much money do I have now? I'm not even trying to be conservative with it. It's like, I got 3.4 million Kerb bucks. money's not an issue. So I don't need to worry about throwing away rocket parts and all that stuff. And this is quicker and easier than, and same with building space planes at all. Capsules and parachutes are the easiest way to go. But, you know, people want something that looks okay. All right, almost in space. Okay, that's 70 kilometers. Lights go on. It's getting ready for its orbital insertion, which is coming up in about 3 minutes. This plane has featured in a few of my little short videos. I do like making those little shorts that are designed for mobile and have to be less than a minute long. And this plane's featured in a few of them, and I always get the comment, what mods? And although I do have mods installed and they're all down there in the description, this plane, other than these tanks right here, which are those baguette tanks, they're stock tanks, but I used Tank Editor to change them to monoprop tanks. But you could replace those with the stock cylindrical monoprop tanks. This is a stock vessel. You could build this in stock pretty much exactly. And in fact, most of the vessels you see in this series can be definitely built in stock. I've kind of stayed away from using a lot of mods. The engines at the end here are just the monoprop puff engines that are on the plane, so they just work on monoprop, which for, if you're playing Kerbalism, monoprop engines are great because they have infinite ignitions. They don't wear out like the liquid fuel engines do. Okay, orbital insertion time. We are there. We still got about 280 meters per second left just in this thing, so we can take this with us. That's a lot easier. Okay, program is complete. Won't need that for the rendezvous. Let's go. So we're in an orbit, so you can see the whole plan was to put ourselves in an orbit that's in the same plane as our target is, but not necessarily in a good spot. So unfortunately, this part of it might be a little bit before we actually get there. So you can see how far away our encounter indicators are, but all we got to do is go here and pop ahead orbits until they get close together. There we go. And of course, the advantage of going in an inclined orbit, like launching right into the right inclination, is saving yourself having to make the inclination change when you're in space, because inclination changes are expensive. I got about 900 meters closest approach here. That might be as good as I'm going to get. Yeah, it's as good as I'm going to get. Bet you get, yeah, 900 meters. It's because there's probably a slight, yeah, a 0.1 degree inclination difference between the two. Okay, so that is that. Let's get this ready for solar panels. Where's the sun? Oh, it's already pointing pretty close the right way. And helps if I have my fingers in the right place on the keyboards. Okay, so this burn's coming up in an hour and 32 minutes. I also want to, I'm going to keep using this Cheetah engine. I mean, why not? Just going to turn the thrust down a little bit on it. All right, let's get to that. So accomplishing the exact same purpose. But, oh, analysis stopped, not enough space in the hard drive. I don't know where that came from, but it doesn't matter. Oh, I have my RCS on. I don't know why. Okay. So this is just our rendezvous burn here. Okay, where are we at? Let's close this off. We'll finish this off with RCS. Oh, I'm in the whole wrong buttony things. 1 kilometer separation. I know I can do better than that. Had it about 900. Oh, here we are. 9. That's about it. 950 to 53. Okay, that's fine. Don't care. Don't care. Can put it here just so solar panels are nicely exposed. I'm going to definitely make use of some of this fuel here, too, that's here. Okay, we are 17 minutes away from our station. Our station will be coming in from behind us here, I think. So a little mini space plane. Mini space plane, but it accomplishes the exact same purpose as the other space plane. Alright, where is our ship? There we are. There's our station. This is going to be the first crew to step aboard Minmus Station. Or not Minmus Station, Minmus Gateway is what its name is. I'll try and close this separation distance a bit. $38 meters. Not going to complain about that. How many ignitions on this? Still 9 ignitions. And if it fails, I got the plane. It's already done its job. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's going on here? There we go. Some funky camera stuff happening there. Start slowing down here as we approach our station. You might recall a couple of weeks ago I put this station up and I got really lazy. I used the same parts that I had for another station. I just simply launched it again. So I have 2 stations in low orbit. One is coplanar with the moon and the other one is coplanar with Minmus's orbit. And I really knocked off a lot of my speed, and I got some sort of funky glitchiness things happening too, which is kind of annoying. Don't know, every time I time warp, this jumps. It bothers me. I'm getting paranoid about glitches. Feels like it's coming below me, so... Oh yeah, look at the Navball. It's way coming below me. Let's do this. Oh, I'm still locked on retrograde. That doesn't help. Alright. Now we are going to do a little bit of work on the station. Now that I got an engineer up here, Bill's going to do himself a little bit of work. The first job is going to be to dock. Okay, that's enough of that. Shut down that engine. Take a little bit more off with RCS. Can't even see. Oh, there they are. Okay. And we do have a docking port right here. Open that up. And we will control from here. And then we got to pick our spot to dock. There should be... Oh, it's way over on the other side here. So that's not exactly cool. Just reorient this and come a little bit more There we go. That's better. I think. So I want to make sure I don't clip that solar panel. Okay, there we go. I think we're good. Okay, let's orient this the way we need it. I just really want to watch. I should get on the station and... Oh, shoot. I got it. There we go. That's what I want. Make sure I don't hit... Just watching that solar panel. I should maybe retract it, but... We're okay. As long as I'm careful. What always messes me up is which way is... There we go. Because I'm controlling from the docking port roll and all that stuff is different. There we go. Okay, we're good. All good, all good. Aim our camera here. And we're going to have to sort of slide sideways a little bit. Oh, I see where we got to go. I'm seeing the target icon on the Navball. There's the target icon on the Navball, so I got the retrograde icon. You want that and this in a line. And that means you're moving in the right way. I could probably move a little bit more this way for sure. There we go. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but we switched to prograde, so that means we are moving in the right direction, just very slowly. How far are we? Oh, no, we're not far. I'm just going to do a quick save right here because, I don't know. Last time I was docking with stations in low orbit about Kerbin, things started going really bad. Again, some Kraken-y stuff. I'm not sure why the Kraken's having so much fun with my game of late. But it is. And I'm more looking at the Navball than I am at this. I mean, it looks like things are lined up pretty good. Whoops, let's slow ourselves down here a little bit. And bunk, and I should be ready to toggle torque too. There we go. Turn off the torque. Toggle the torque. Are there any other reaction wheels in this silly thing? I don't think there is. I think the only reaction wheels are in that cockpit. Just checking to see, did I bury some in here? Because sometimes I do that. I don't think I did. That's a clampatron, yeah. Okay. So there we go. Okay, we're docked. Let's get rid of this little tug. Let's make that our first job. So we're going to take out some of this fuel. Just the liquid fuel, really. Let's see if I can just take out like half of it. That is the wrong direction. That way. So I just need a little bit, just, oh, that's full now. Okay, we'll call that. Oh, let's get rid of this little booster. We don't need it anymore, and then it's already done more than its job. There's the decoupler. Can decouple that. Oh, activate this engine again. I turned it off for some dumb reason. There we go. Still 400. I could have taken out more fuel than that. But oh well. Oh, I see my contract's gone green for crewing the station, so that is good. Okay, let's get rid of the contracts for now because I don't think we'll actually be satisfying any more of these. Okay, let's get rid of this. Get it out of the way. There we go, and then back to our station. And what I want to do, I don't see any real wobblies happening, but I am a little concerned. Let's actually first start by transferring some crew. It's going to let me transfer by clicking here. It isn't. Okay. Oh, now it is. There we go. So our pilot, Michael, can go over here. This is going to be our ship that's going to go to Minmus. And Bill I'm going to need because Bill needs to do some work first. So he's going to EVA. We will transfer over Hector. And we'll transfer over Legui. All right, there we go. So Bill, we're going to need to do some EVAing. And actually, while I'm doing this, let's actually get the parts he needs. So he's going to do some strutting. And there we go. Where's inventory for Bill? There's inventory. Sorry. Okay, he's going to need to get rid of that. Okay, let's think about what we're doing here. That's this. Inventory. Okay, get rid of that. And bring aboard 3 struts. Can he carry 3? He can't. Wait a minute. Really? Bill can't carry a strut? It's too much mass. Well, that's an issue because I was hoping to strut. I might be able to get this to work. If we can open up this inventory. Shoot. And open up this inventory. That's the Clampetron. Sorry, wrong one. Can I move the struts straight to here? Yes. Okay. It's not. It's too much stuff in there already. Okay, we got 3 of those. So that's a pain. Why can't he have... Oh, I can't see that inventory. I don't think Bill's close enough. Okay. All right, let's do one at a time. Let's see how we can make this work. So, might have to. Let's let go of Bill. He's got his jetpack. Yep, okay. Oh, let go. There we go. Keep putting my key down in the wrong. Let's see if I can just at least make this work. So what I want to do is I want to strut this joint right here, which is only Clampetron Juniors. It's a little bit too weak. On my main station that's in Kerbin orbit, I got myself into some trouble. Okay, here. By... Bob. No, where's our button? Where's our repair button? This guy. I got too many windows open. There we go. Okay, grab this strut. Might be able to grab... Oh, there's tons of struts up here. Oh my gosh. I thought there were no struts, but there's tons of them. Okay. Just a sec. Can we return this just quickly? There's a... Isn't that a strut right here? There we go. Sorry, I thought there were no struts aboard, but there's a ton of struts aboard. I must have thought ahead. Okay, this is going to work. And then another strut here. Bill doesn't even need to carry them. Okay, I got to get the green. Oh, the problem is I lose control of Bill. Okay, put it back for a second. You know what I should have is little ladder segments. Okay, put it back. As soon as I pick up a part, I'm controlling the part and can't control Bill. Is really what this issue is. And then he starts drifting away. Okay, stay. Stay, Bill. Okay. I think this is going to work. Oh, there's his little laser thing. Nice. And then we'll do one. Oh, I see another strut there. You know what? I bet you these struts are left over from launch. I bet you that's what that is. I bet you it was part of the So I'm just repurposing them. Come on, I see it go green there. And there. All right, so I'm hoping that will make this station stiffer. Let's close this. In my station that's in the other station I have in low Kerbin and orbit, I stiffened this up by using auto striding, and that got into its own issues. So I'm actually rather happy not to be auto striding. Okay. In the meantime, though, we are boarding. There we go. Okay, so let's get ourselves out towards Minmus. That's what we're going to do next. So let's see. This, I'm hoping, is actually all fueled up. I believe it is. We'll use attack fuel balancer. There it is. And let's look at liquid. I got a feeling I've fueled this up. I just want to make sure. Liquid fuel. This is all... It must be number... What are these? These are Mark 0 tanks. So stage 1. Yeah, it's all fueled up. Is it? So it's stage number 5 here. Or stage number 1, I'm sorry. So let's take a look at food and water and stuff and make sure they're okay for... Because I think I got everything. I definitely do. Let's take a look at oxygen. Looking at the essentials and making sure they're all at 100%. They are. And nitrogen. Oh, nitrogen's not. So good thing I'm checking this. Filling up with nitrogen. Nitrogen's used to pressurize the capsule. Liquid fuel I looked at. Food. Food's all at 100%. Let's go through all of these now. Oh, that's it. You should be good. Okay. Attack fuel balancer close. This close, that close, that close. Last thing I want to do is look at this inventory. No, the Kerbal inventories. There we are. Bill and Michael. And we're going to take both of their parachutes. Move them into here. Saves you a little bit of weight. And they're not going to need them for sure. Some more inventory space here. Back here we have Hector and Legee. Just got to make sure to give them back their parachutes when they descend. That's all. All right, let's go. So we're going to undock. And put on RCS and back away. And there should be a... Somewhere hidden in here, I'm always looking for it, there is a reaction wheel, and it's in this central spine here somewhere. Inline reaction wheel, there we go. So put that on. Toggle that torque. And let's just take a look at oh yeah, they're all pinned at the top. Good, good, good. Good, good, good. Okay. I think we're ready to head off to Minmus. Oh, you know what I forgot? I want to bring up repair kits. There's one repair kit in here. Oh, I got 2 repair kits that I just happened to have in there. Okay, so there's 4 repair kits still in. You know what? Let's go back here before I forget. Because forgetting is something I'm good at. There are... Here. Oh my gosh, I got a lot of inventory. Just get the repair kits. At least they're in space. Oh, it won't let me put them there. I got so much junk up here. Oh my gosh. I had no idea. Okay, that's not going to work. Can't put these together, right? Nope. Okay, I'll figure it out later. I should put more store. I got so much junk up there. Okay, let's get ourselves to Minmus. That's what we're going to do. Activate this engine. And Minmus. There we go. So a roundabout way of going to Minmus, but a pretty efficient way of going to Minmus. Using these reusable vessels. Oh, I see a moon encounter. That's always annoying. I have me a feeling it's not going to let me... I got a feeling it's not going to let me get my Minmus encounter without a moon nonsense happening. But we'll see. Oh no, there we go. We got this. Hitting the wrong buttons. There we go. And of course, this orbit, just to go back to here, just really briefly, this orbit that the station is in is also coplanar with Minmus's orbit. That makes getting out to Minmus a lot more easy. Okay, and this onto the maneuver node. There we go. And we're not going to hit Minmus, but I'm just making this as efficient as I can. Can actually probably take out a little bit. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, okay, back we go. All right, and our target, by the way, just to sort of show this, let's go back. Target selection is Minmus Station right here. There's our target, Minmus Station. Back on the maneuver. So we're going to need to target with something in a polar orbit. Now, if I wait, you can actually wait to the point where this incoming trajectory is exactly in the same plane as this polar orbit, and then you don't have to make a plane change in Minmus. But to be quite honest, I don't care enough. Plane changes in Minmus aren't cheap, so I'm just going for it. Oh, and this burn's coming up in 8 minutes and 30 seconds, so let's get ourselves ready. All right. Yeah, we're ready to go. Which way is our station? Just gotta make sure I'm not driving towards the station. I don't think we will be. Station's behind us. That's good. And this throttle limiter's at full. It is. So it is a 3 minute and 15 second burn. This thing isn't exactly huge on its thrust to weight, but that's okay. All right. And I was hoping to sort of start thinking about putting something together for that base, but to be honest now, I think that just getting there, maybe we'll put a pair of these down on the surface too. Maybe do that one contract to land at Site Alpha. That might be a good thing to do. Okay, let's, about a minute from the burn here, get ourselves onto the maneuver node. We've only got a level 1 pilot. I don't have the lock to maneuver node thingy. Though, of course, landing on Minmus will help her out. Buy station. Oh, and I'm noticing this vessel is still called the Minmus Gateway, so we'll get in and we'll rename this. This is definitely not the Minmus Gateway. Minmus Gateway is being left behind. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Oh, look at that. So this is the nerve engine. And we're getting this nice waterfall plume coming off of it. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to actually do a little bit of physics time warping here. Because that's taken us too long. Get ourselves to Minmus. But I do like, I don't know, I know other people, everybody's different in the style of play that they like. But I do much prefer building stations, building vessels that run between stations, putting in that kind of infrastructure. To me, that's fun. Like, yeah, I could build a one-off Minmus lander thing and just get there and do it. And it certainly is a quicker way to do it. But this is definitely the cheaper way to do it. Maybe that's why I have so much money. Because I keep doing missions like this. Just keep using the same vessels over and over again. Alright, about 100 meters per second left in the burn. Let's look at it. Actually, let's take off the time warp. Look at it from out here. Coming towards the end of this. I'm just going to use RCS to finish this off. And clearly a correction is in order. I'm not going to just... Whoops. Come back. Yeah, that's close enough. Clearly not going to just crash into Minmus. So let's do the correction here. So about the halfway point would be the place to do it. And this is the part where I got to look at what I'm rendezvousing with. Here is the station going around in this orbit here. So I'm coming in from this direction, right? That's my incoming trajectory there. So I need that to be coming in the same direction. I don't want to be making, you know, a head-on collision with the station. So I actually need to come in on the south. So I need to make this an anti-normal correction. Whoops. Uh-oh, what did I hit? Oh, I hit anti-normal on the... Oh my gosh. I hit anti-normal on the Navball rather than anti-normal. There we go. So anti-normal this way. And you want your periapsis, this incoming trajectory, to just touch. Just touch. So a little bit of... It's going to be a little bit of playing here. A little bit this way. I'm using retrograde to do that. A little bit northwards. And actually, it's not the periapsis. As long as, like, you can see this descending node, you just gotta kind of eyeball it. Maybe a little bit. No, I think it was good where it was. That's pretty good. Okay, so this is like a 1.4 meter per second burn that's coming up in a day and a half. But while I'm doing that, let's rename this vessel. There's a probe core. Actually, I guess I can just click on this. Is it rename? I don't know where they hide this command. Rename the vessel. Okay, so this is a ship. Not this. This is not the Minmus Gateway. This is the Nerve 1-SN1. This one has a sister craft, which is the SN2, which is actually currently at Minmus Station. Okay, there we go. Well, I'm just noticing is... Oh, yeah, that's right, repair kit's in there. Okay. All right, let's get to... Put this on free. Let's get out there. So a day and a half for this little tiny burn. Woo! Bye, moon! And let's just... Where is our burn indicator? Right there. And I'm going to do this. Why is it saying now 45 meters per second? That is not right. Hang on. Hang on. There's no way this is... Was it 45 meters per second burn? That can't be right. Was it that? Maybe it was that. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. Okay. I didn't think it was, but... What do I know? Let's just do it. We got the fuel. I thought it was 1.4. I have that number in my head. Give me, just entertain me. I'm just going to use some RCS here. Yeah, that's doing nothing. Okay. Okay, what? Oh! Hang on. Our trajectory was no longer encountering Minmus. Something very whacked happened there. Look what we're doing to... Like, yeah, something's very wrong. Okay, we'll go with this now. But something happened to our Minmus encounter that it took the Minmus encounter completely away. What the heck? Okay, I don't know what happened there, but our actual orbit on our way to Minmus changed. Why did it change? I don't know why it changed, but I'm going to have to make another correction here. That was weird. Everything's weird. Why does everything have to be so weird? Yeah, that feels pretty good there. All right, and now this is 0.6, of course. That is, I don't know what happened there. Kraken strikes again, I'm seeing in the chat. I'm going to have to go over the video evidence of this, but I am pretty sure our orbital parameters changed during that time warp. I'm pretty sure they did. Okay, RCS. And that's why that burn was so much. Okay, cool, cool, and cool. Okay, I'm quick saving. Thankfully, this thing has a ton of fuel. And we're going to orient this for the solar panels. You know, I do have a script that does this. Oh my gosh, maybe I should use it. You know, I do love the free camera, but it messes me up with my own orientation sometimes. There we go. Okay, I'm going to quick save again. I've gotten very paranoid here. Okay, let's lose alarm clock. We got a, we are crossing into Minmus's SOI in 6.5 days. That feels about right. Give me 1 minute warning. Let's see what happens here. Okay, here comes Minmus. Yeah, I am definitely, when this is all done, going back and taking a look and seeing. I'm going to watch these orbital parameters when I time warp, because I'm pretty sure I did some time warping and it decided, nah, there we go. So we're now in Minmus's SOI. There's no science to collect. We've done all this space sciencey stuff. What we're going to do is facilitate ourselves a rendezvous. We have a 33-degree inclination change to make. But that's okay. So we're going to add a maneuver right about here, where these two orbits are crossing. We're going to make this retrograde. And then what we're going to do, so we got to get a capture, but what we also want to do is make ourselves this plane change, and it's best to do it way, far away as possible. How far away is this maneuver to? Yeah, so I can... So what I'm going to do is kind of combine a couple of things here. So I'm looking at... Let's put this back on here. So I'm looking at this encounter indicator, right? You see it there. And notice that as I adjust this orbit, it's not moving. And that's telling me that this maneuver is actually just before that orbit. So I'm going to pop it ahead a few seconds until I see this guy move. There it goes. And now, as I adjust this orbit, I should be seeing this guy moving. Yep. Now I do want to get a capture. I want to make sure that capture stays there. So I want to get these two close encounter indicators, to facilitate an actual rendezvous is a good idea. Boy, I'm not making much of a change to actually bounce it on either side of it. That's good enough. Now, how far away? I don't want to make this too far. This is 2 days in the future. I don't like that. I don't want to wait that long. So we're going to put in some more retrograde and bring this around. That's pretty close. And now this is a day. That's fine. Okay, and can I close this in any tighter? Probably not. Oh, wow. There we go. There you are. So we're going to put ourselves in this capture. We'll make our plane change out here, and then we'll come back and we'll rendezvous. So we'll end up doing this one big orbit and then rendezvous with our station. Should be good. Should be good. I'm quick saving again because I'm getting uber paranoid about this. Our engine should be higher thrust. Oh, it's already at full thrust or close enough. Okay. F5 time warp. What are you going to do for me? Seems okay. Should be able to just put this right on retrograde here. It's locking on retrograde. So we're coming right below the planet here. Watch this rendezvous data too. So a nice exercise in rendezvousing with things around other bodies. It's enjoyable for people that have not done that sort of thing. Okay, go. And beautiful plumes. We're going right under the South Pole. You can see the... Whoa, 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 whoa. Slow down. Okay, I'm going to get some RCS here. Oh, we can give a little bit more of a burn. Oh, RCS on. So I'm looking, we got about a 63 kilometer separation. I want that to be as small as it can be at our closest approach. 20 kilometers... 5 kilometers. Oh, 830. Oh, I saw 300 meters. Oh my gosh. So what's happening here is we've inserted ourselves into this big elliptical orbit. We're going to do, if we do one more orbit, we're going to miss the station by about 300 meters. But of course, what we got to do still is do our plane change. And we're going to do that right out here because this is the cheapest place to do it. The slower you're going, the cheaper these plane changes are. I need to pull this way. But unfortunately, as I pull this way, I'm also guaranteed messing up my periapsis. See, I'm also pulling away the periapsis, so I also have to, at the same time, use, let's put this here, a little bit of retrograde to bring that back down. Where's my, here, we'll watch it from here. Okay, so it's a combination of, I think it was anti-normal to bring down the inclination, and then retrograde to bring it in close. anti-normal. Oh, I'm very close now. We'll just keep tweaking this. So I'm actually looking at 3 different things at the same time, which might be overdue, but... So I'm looking at my... Actually, you know what? Let's not worry about the rendezvous part. Let's just... The inclination's at 0.3 degrees. Can I fix the rendezvous a little bit too, all at the same time? Is that too much to ask for? Probably is. Yeah, it is. So I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, we'll fix the rendezvous. I should have realized that was going to happen. So, of course, in fixing my inclination, I messed up my rendezvous, which I should have predicted. But, oh well. That's okay. We can fix the rendezvous again. That's not a problem. All right, let's do this. So, again, quick save because I'm getting very paranoid. 23.8 meter per second burn. Oh, we got a coronal mass ejection coming our way. That's not a big deal. Though I guess these people are in space. I think these things are shielded. Yes, I got shielding on the capsules, so... They're going to be hit with some radiation. Oh, you can see it coming up here. Just, I'll show you. Kerbalism. See how there's red here? So we got a solar storm in progress. It's going to last for the next 3 hours. Our radiation outside is 4.494 rads per hour, but our Kerbals are only experiencing 0.242 rads per hour because of the shielding on this ship. So they're okay. With Kerbalism, you got to think about that. All right. And what we're really looking at is this relative inclination business. We want to bring these 2 orbits into the same plane. Okay, here we go. I'm actually doing this with my eyeballs more than anything. 0.6 degree inclination difference, that's perfectly fine. All right, now let's fix our rendezvous. Now we're going to fix the rendezvous by putting a burn out here, and this burn is going to be more or less radial, I believe. Let's see which way makes this better. I shouldn't have worried about getting the rendezvous so close before. That was just kind of dumb. Okay, maybe that's not the best plan. I don't want to do another orbit. Okay, forget this idea. Okay, our rendezvous got messed up. So the best place to do the correction for the rendezvous is, again, right down here. Oh, shoot, I think I just dragged something, didn't I? No, I didn't. Get it, so it's just past that close encounter indicator. Here, we'll take a bunch of... So we're affecting the period of this orbit. You know, I want to get this done, so I'm not even going to... There we go. That's good. Now we're going to do this and then one more orbit. I shouldn't have worried about it on the first orbit, but I did. So F5. And... Oh, we're coming over a pole, I can tell. Oh, there's Minmus down there. Okay. So we're back here above the South Pole. How's our science doing, by the way? Through all of this, I should be collecting science. Where is that one? This one here. I'm at 462 science. Good. This is all the various Should show people, but they got a lot of landers and things collecting science down there. They're all doing their jobs. Okay. Getting close to the station, though. Okay, here we go. Go to about half throttle. Use RCS to finish this off. Again, I'm just looking at this close encounter indicator. Get this as small as I can. 300, 200, 141 meters. I'm stopping there. That's good. So again, the idea here now we're in this orbit, and by the time we get back to here, we should be meeting up with our station, our target. You can watch it from here. See how this works. So we're going to do one big lazy orbit here, so we're going slower because we're in the bigger orbit, and you can see as we're coming in, we're meeting up with the station. And because we're time warping, all of these are messed up, which really annoys me. But then as soon as I start oh no, yeah, see, they come back when I stop time warping. Why? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me either. But that's the way it is. Put this on target, retrograde. Where's our station? Should be somewhere. We should be seeing it. You see various waypoints down there. There are all kinds of landers and things all collecting science for me. Doing a great job. Okay, there's our station down there below us. Still about 4.5 minutes away, so we can definitely get closer. About 2 minutes away now. Fortunately, again, this gets messed up when I time warp. I'm going to keep complaining about that. I don't think it'll ever get fixed, but it makes me feel better. A bit of a pause as it rendered the station. Okay. Let's start slowing down. Should check how many ignitions are left on this nerve. 14 ignitions. I should get an engineer to take a look at it. Get Bill to take a look at it before we do anything more with it. Oh, I'm seeing some comments in the chat about my my Minmus thing, and they're thinking that in the time I did come very close to the moon, and the initial prediction was saying I wasn't going to get an encounter with Moon's sphere of influence, but maybe with the time warping that became an encounter, and that's what messed up my trajectory. That's entirely possible. That actually makes some bit of sense. Because we did come close to the moon. Okay. Minmus Station, I see you. We're coming in close. Gonna spray you with all kinds of radioactive particles from our exhaust. So we're going to temporarily have 8 Kerbals on this station, but it's going to be very temporary. All right, we're going to control here from the docking port. Give me that. Okay, let's go to the station. Which is our target going to be? I guess we're going to come. There's not a lot of free docking port. No, there's only one free docking port. It's right here. We're going to select that. Back to our vessel here. Set that as a target. It is on the other side. So that's a little bit of a pain, but oh well. I'm pushing all the wrong buttons. So we're going to have to kind of come over the top of the station here. There we go. That's what I'm trying to accomplish. Is this view still on free? Put it on orbital. Might be it's confusing because we're below the pole as well. Okay. Let's slow her down a bit more and then we'll... There we go. We're about 0.5 meter per second. Where is my docking port alignment indicator McJob? Oh, it's way down here. Wow, my orientation is completely wrong. What? Oh my gosh, the docking port's right here. Wow. Okay, that was sad. I thought the docking port was on the other side of the station, but now I'm like this. Oh, that. Oh my God, that changed. Now I can see what's going on here. I thought we were coming over the top of the station and docking on the other side, but I can see now. No, that's not what's going on at all. Coming right on top here. Adjust this a little bit. Coming in still a little quick, but it should be okay. Okay. Let's aim our camera up here. I always find this helps me out. Yeah, we're coming in fast. Come on, slow down. And get ready to toggle that torque once again. I'm always forgetting about that. I'm coming in this way. Concentrate on one thing at a time. Okay. There's our station. All right, this is a busy place. Just about there. And we're there. Okay, so we got a lot of stuff here. This is our, let's shut down this engine. Let's find those reaction wheels before anything else bad happens here. I've been finding my stations have gotten wobblier and wobblier. And I am pronouncing that the right way. Okay, toggle that torque. Okay. Alright, so what we got to do is we got 4 Kerbals in here. And we have 4 Kerbals inside here. And we need to sort of start doing some swapperooing. So I kind of want to do it right now. So let's take Michael and transfer him to here. Oh, okay, I got something funky happening. Switching locked. I hate when that happens. Why does that happen? Does anybody have an explanation for that? It's not like... Oh, I think he just went... No, he's not. Escape. Okay, let's try this again. Transfer crew. Too many windows. Science I don't care about. Transfer crew. There it is. Okay. Michael, get into the hitchhiker. Switching is locked. That's the way you're going to be, is it? Okay. What if I switched these guys somewhere else? Transfer Joe over to here. No, it's not going to let me. Okay, fine. Okay, let's take Bill. We'll go one thing at a time. Maybe if I EVA Bill, because I wanted to fix EVA Bill. There he is. I want to fix or check up this engine. I don't want to EVA over all the Kerbals. That would get annoying. But I do want to service this engine. Make sure you don't want to, in Kerbalism, wait for the engines to fail. You want to keep servicing them with Kerbals. It has reached its option. There we go. And there we go. The engine's good now. You want to just keep doing that because sometimes when the engines fail, they explode. And if that happens, clearly bad things might follow. Okay, Bill, you're coming over here. Get you aboard the station. Okay. Let's try doing the crew transferring business again. So again, we'll do that. We're going to transfer crew. Michael's still aboard. Oh my gosh. Transfer crew. Michael, get into here. Switching locked. I'm just madly clicking, and it just, okay, fine. We're gonna, I keep saying fine, but we're gonna have to EVA over everybody, aren't we? Yeah. Transfer the other way. Do you have CLS installed? I'm being asked. I don't know what CLS is, John. I've never been able to puzzle out why that happens. Maximum number of Kerbals in the pod. Well, no, there's like three. There's only 3 Kerbals here. I should be able to transfer another Kerbal over. I can't transfer them back either. Go to different vessels. Yeah. Connected living spaces. No, I don't have connected living spaces installed, John. All right. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Let's leave the station. Let's go back to the Space Center and we'll come back. That'll probably fix that up. That's annoying. That is annoying. Alt F12, that's a good plan. I'm seeing Alt F12 in the chat. Unfortunately, I've already... I want to get the other Kerbals on their way back to Kerbin. That's kind of what my plan was. So we'll go here. We'll go here. Sorry. Close that. Minmus Station. Let's go to Minmus Station. Got too many Kerbals there. But maybe re-rendering it's going to help. I've had that thing with the not letting me transfer Kerbals in the past, and I've never been able to identify what it is. It always happens after you've docked some things together. But why sometimes it happens and sometimes it doesn't, I've never been able to figure it out. And sometimes if you just keep clicking, suddenly it works, which is not really a solution. Okay, we're going to try this again. So over here we have transfer crew, Michael. And he's in the hitchhiker. See, just had to re-render everything. Okay, and then we're going to come here to our hitchhiker. Transfer crew. We're going to move... Who's our newest people? Michael and Bill are our newest. So Valentina is coming over to here. And Joe O is coming over to here. And then we're going to take... I'm playing musical Kerbals here. Oh, I just realized what I did wrong. Oh, no. And Mac the G can come here. Okay. And then we should have our 2 scientists that are here. Oh, I've got... Whoa! I can hold 6 Kerbals in these pods? I had no idea. That's funny. I thought, okay, I thought this vessel can only hold up to 4 Kerbals. It can actually hold up to 6 Kerbals. I learned something new. Okay. Hector is going into our science lab. And Legui is coming into our science lab. And then finally, our final scientist is Mac the G. He is coming over to here. So now we got all of our old crew in this vessel. I want to bring back this vessel rather than this vessel because I know I've been transferring fuel around, and I know this vessel has an appropriate amount of fuel to get back to Kerbin because it was designed that way without having too much fuel, if you understand what I'm saying. Well, this vessel, I don't know what its fuel state is, so I just don't want to mess with it. Now, one of the things that's been going on, if I come to here, look at data, I have all kinds of surface samples that I've collected off the surface of Minmus that are very slowly being processed in the lab. Emphasis on the words very slowly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the samples that are here, because there's a ton of science just sitting here. And I'm going to go to here and I'm going to transfer the science. I should be able to transfer data here. And now all of these samples are now in this pod. We're going to take this back to Kerbal Station. Now I also have, or back to Kerbal surface. I also have tons of inventory. So let's take this hitchhiker, which has a ton of inventory space. There are some repair kits. There's all kinds of stuff here. Another repair kit. What else might be hiding in here? I definitely want to make sure I don't leave anything important behind. Inventory, nothing. And this one, inventory, nothing. I think that's all the inventory spaces this vehicle has. Okay. And then I also want to take a look at these Kerbals. Mac and Philip, these guys by mistake brought their parachutes here. I want them to go back with parachutes because I don't want to leave parachutes up here because it's stupid. You can see Mac is missing a parachute, so let's give him a parachute. And we'll take a look at Valentina is missing a parachute, so we'll give her a parachute. And Joe has a parachute. So there we go. This vessel is ready to head back to Kerbin, and this new crew is ready to land on Minmus's surface. But let's start by getting this guy out of here. Back to here. RCS on. Back away. This thing has actually quite a lot of fuel for getting back to Kerbin, but that's okay. And it should have really nothing aboard, but it should have all those surface samples, all that science to come back. Yep. And I think we're good. I think we're good. I'm just going to take a look and make sure they have plenty of food. And oh my gosh, so much stuff. Not a problem. You can see they're starting to get irradiated. They're all about 0.25% of a lethal radiation dose, having hung around the Minmus, even in a shielded station, for a little bit too long. I think it's good to get them back. Okay, so we're going to get them back to Kerbin. So let's see here. How do we got to get ourselves back to Kerbin? We're ideally, I can't even see what I'm doing now. There we go. We want to eject ourselves in this direction. So we are coming around this way, so probably around here. Ideally, it would be nice if this orbit was in... the plane of this orbit was in line with Minmus's orbit about Kerbin, but it isn't. But we might be able to make use of it anyway. Sort of that idea. Okay, let's take a look. This, I know it needs to be a lot more than this. It's what, about 180? 180 odd meters per second to get back to Kerbin. Let's put in about that. There we go. And let's just start playing with the timing here. There we go. So you can see it's coming off in a very, very kind of goofy orbit here because of we're leaving at a bad time. But if I start popping ahead orbits, this might get better, might get worse. Should at some point start to get better. I think it's best to leave right now. We'll make this work. Yeah, it's looking better already. Whoops. So these guys are basically doing the reverse journey of the journey we just witnessed. We just performed with the other folks. We're going to definitely do some aero braking. All of this is going to have to be for... All of this is going to be for next week, but I do want to get these folks just kind of on their way, as it were. Do I see what we're aiming for? What do we got here? Stations. That's, oh no, this way. Back to the maneuver. So my idea, I'm gonna have to make, this is a little bit confusing what I'm gonna be doing, but I want this vessel to actually not go back to the station. Let's focus this on Kerbin. I want to not go back to Minmus Station, which is for some reason not showing up at all. What else is new? Something's weird. There's Minmus Station, I think. Or the Minmus Gateway Station. It's just called Core Module. I'll have to rename that. I don't want to come back to here. I want to come back to here. And because I want to have one dedicated version of these two vessels, these two Nerve 1s. One dedicated to be a Minmus vessel and one dedicated to be a Moon vessel. And so I'm going to remove this one to Kerbin Station and make it a Moon vessel. That's the idea. So I'm just looking at making an encounter with this, not with that. So, boop. I think, to be honest, it's probably okay just kind of where it is. It's a little harder getting to Minmus Station from, or sorry, getting to an, not that hard really, but getting to an equatorial space station from Minmus's 6-degree inclined orbit. But we'll make a plane change on our way there. But I'm thinking we're not leaving at the ideal time, but I think it's good enough. I think it's good enough. We'll make this, actually, what might be not a stupid idea, I'm just looking at this, because I'm spending 210, but what might not be dumb? So you want to leave in this direction. What if I just added radial to this? Would that help? If I just pulled this way, can I make this smaller? Oh, I'm botching it. Oh, radial is that way, of course. Shoot. Normal. 0. Let's put that back to 0. Sorry, I want to come anti-normal a little bit. What if I pulled it this way? See, that's pulling the trajectory out more in the direction. I'm just wondering if this will end up being, in the end, a cheaper burn. And now I can probably take off a bunch of retrograde. I think this will be cheaper. So just again to explain what I'm doing here, I'm leaving more in the direction that we really should be leaving. Always when you eject yourself from Minmus to the moon, you want to leave going retrograde relative to Minmus's orbit. I think this is better. Again, did I coming in really hot on Kerbin? I don't want to do that, but now I can take off a ton of retrograde. Well, now I'm not convinced I did the right thing. I think I had it pretty good, and I think I messed it up. I think I made it way worse. I thought I was doing a smart thing, and now it looks like I'm doing a dumb thing. Because this is way higher than it was. Okay, what we're going to do. Put this back to 0. Stop doing your dumb, stupid stuff. I thought I was being smart, and I'm not being smart. I'm being dumb. It was about 210 meters per second. That's pretty much what I had. Okay, I'm just doing this. I'm doing this. Oh, it's in the... Oh my gosh, the burn's in the past because I spent so much time fiddling. You dope. So how much of my audience have I lost while I was doing this idiocy? What's the adage? It's if it's working good enough, just frickin' do it. Okay, F5, doing a quick save. We're leaving. We're out of here. Let's go. Bye, station. Bye, station. Hello, Elena. Or is it Elena? All right. And we will lock this onto prograde because this is pretty much a prograde burn. Oh, did I not toggle on the torque yet? Oh, I did. Oh, I'm still time warping. Oh my gosh. No? Oh, I think I toggled off the torque. Didn't I? Control. Torque is disabled. There we go. Again, make sure we're not driving into the station. I don't know where the station is. There it is, behind us once again. Put this right on the maneuver node. So not the most efficient ejection from Minmus, but it'll be good enough. These guys, like, they still got over a kilometer per second, or kilometer per second of delta V left, so it's not like I'm starving for fuel. Alright. So, a little bit of time warping. It's a 42-second burn to get out of here. Sorry, I was actually hoping to get a little bit more done than this. So wait, 2, 1, and go. The engine's not on. Oh my goodness. How about that? So I was actually hoping to get a little bit more done than this. But it's what it is. I was hoping to get my Kerbals down. So what we're going to do is these folks are on their way back home with a bounty of scientific samples from Minmus's surface that we must have just ejected ourselves from Minmus because we're now upside down. And we'll get those back down to the surface. We will also come back to Minmus Station. We're going to do some landing and deal with some of those base contracts. Hopefully as well, I think in the meantime, over this next week, I'm going to be thinking about that base and putting together some sort of a Minmus base and really try and milk a much more science out of Minmus. We're at 431, 432 science. Got to slow this down towards the end here. I just realized as well I'm not using KOS to do these burns. Oh my gosh. I tell ya, all you young people out there, I'm going to say it like an old man now. All you young people out there, just wait. Wait till you're my age and all of your brain cells are slowly decaying away and not realizing that you have a KOS script that could do all of this for you and you're not using it and haven't been using it for the entire stream. So I'm pushing this up to about 45 kilometers. I find that about pretty good aero braking altitude. There we go. Either way, these folks are on their way away from Minmus. We will get them back to Kerbin next week. We'll take our crew that are on the on Minmus Station. We'll get them down to the surface of Minmus, try and finish off some more contracts, get myself some more science, and hopefully start thinking about putting together some sort of a base. But all of that is going to be for next week. Thanks for hanging in there while I fiddled with those maneuver nodes. And we'll see you all next week. Have yourselves a great time in the meantime. All right? Bye, everybody.